Awesome. Welcome to the Stand Up Speakeasy. My name's Sareth Ney, and my guest today is Joe Lemonds.
Yeah, Lemonds.
Awesome. I'm so glad I got that right. Cause I'm like, people butcher my name all the time, and I'm like, just call me Shrek. Just
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
dude, I am
Awesome.
I am three lemons away from just fucking changing my last name.
Oh, when they say when you get handed lemons, you make lemonade.
Yeah,
Indeed. Awesome. I get like people are like, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Knee or Nay? I'm like, Nay like the horse. Just
yeah. Fuck it, change the spelling. Why not?
pretty much. Absolutely. But I think, mix. I had this thing where, like, my sister changed her name to be an Americanized name, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep mine as is. It's like unique, it stands out. Can't find your
Yeah,
name tag anywhere. I don't need those tourist drops, but oh well.
I don't think I've met another Sareth.
Wow. It's pretty unique. We're like a few, like a handful in the world, I guess. It's
I
more
guess.
common in Cambodia though, so
Okay.
it's over there. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
well,
Long
in Polk
Beach and
County,
little.
there's a lot of Joes.
Oh,
They all look like
awesome.
me.
They all look like you. So yeah, you're Florida based. How is the Polk County scene out there?
It's pretty good, man. Like ever since they built Laugh Out Lounge, I think we're coming up on our 2 year mark. Like having a legitimate comedy club and like the only one in the county, it's been bumping, dude. Like we had Michael Winslow there about 6 months ago. Thankfully, super nice.
Yeah,
Because you're
I
always
love.
worried you're gonna like meet someone you're like, I loved you as a kid, and they're just a dick. And he
Yeah,
was so cool.
wow. I love his sound effects and from like Police Academy and stuff. He's just awesome.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm hoping.
fingers
Well,
crossed.
we're frozen, but now we're back. So Michael Winslow's from Police Academy. He does all the sound effects. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he does like a
Yep.
like a
Awesome.
modified music comedy show. It's so fucking weird, but it's so good.
Wow. I need to go see him. Sounds like a fun time.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I interviewed a comic in Daytona Beach, and he got Michael Winslow and Carl Winslow mixed up. Like it
That's good.
happens.
Well, it is Daytona. He might only know one black person.
Probably. Yep. And like I'm all of them. I get mixed up for every single.
They're like, yeah, we met before, and you're like, no, I've never fucking seen you before in my life.
Pretty much. Awesome. So you were born in Michigan too, and which what brought you down to Florida, and how was like growing up in Michigan?
Well, Michigan's terrible, and our water is full of lead, and you see the sun like twice a year. But yeah, to get out of Michigan, I joined the Air Force. So my wife and we've moved around a lot. Then my family just kind of migrated to Florida, as all Jews do. Like we all end up down here, and we just followed suit.
Absolutely. That's yeah. I've never been. Well, I drove through Michigan. I've been through like Detroit, but it was on our way to Toronto. So
Yeah. Did you feel safe?
kind of.
Did,
It
did
felt
it feel
like
like a
Detroit.
nice city?
Well, if I ran into like Violent J or Shaggy Two Dope and Eminem, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
dude, if you see juggalos, you fucking step on the gas.
really,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you?
Dude, my brother's a juggalo, and I'm like, I swear to God, like, could we be any more white trash that now you're a musical clown?
Indeed. Like I saw the ICP up in Jacksonville because I had to cover a concert. Like there's this
Mm,
group called Dope DOD from Europe, and they were on tour with them and DJ Paul from 36 Mafia. And
yeah.
I'm like, that's a cool concert. And I was interviewing Dope DOD backstage, like by the tour bus,
Mm,
and DJ Paul interrupts my interview because we were supposed to have like a 5 minute interview, but he comes in there, and then Violent J comes in there, and then they just crashed my interview, and it turned out to be like a 17-minute long interview, and it was like the most legendary interview
nice.
ever. Yeah,
That's the worst part of it, man, is I hate juggalos because most of them are dicks, but ICP themselves turn out to be really nice guys.
yeah,
They're like friendly and they donate to charity, and I'm like, I want to hate you, but I can't.
yeah. They are awesome. Yep. And he was asking about hoverboards, and I'm like, that's, I'll have to send. It's on my Instagram. If you scroll down a bit, and then
Yeah,
you'll see I Violent J's face, and I did.
nice, dude.
Do you know Anna Lepley?
Yeah, no, I just did Madcaps with her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she's awesome.
Mm,
She has that comedians in drag doing comedy, and
mm.
my name was Violet Ney, and I I dressed up like a geisha, but a juggalo geisha.
Oh my god,
And
that's terrifying.
I know. She goes, "You're the first geisha I've had on my show, and I've done this for a long time." And I'm like, "This is great."
Ugh,
It
I
just
love it.
it just took forever to do the face paint and the nail polish.
Oh
Everything
yeah,
else was golden. Yeah,
dude, credit to you. That's commitment.
thank you. I think there's video out there somewhere. Well, it's in one of my hard drives or something. I don't know.
Mm.
I'll probably put it up on YouTube later.
You'll find it one
Everyone's
day, just hidden
one
in the
day.
dark.
If not, I'll do it again in Daytona, and I'll film that set. So
Oh yeah. I was trying to
it's
get her out to Lakeland to do more out there because right now Patrick Sisk, you know him?
yeah.
Yeah, he's the queen of Winter Haven, and I'm like, I think I could dethrone him if I shaved everything.
He's so dedicated. Like it's amazing.
Dude,
He's
I
just
fucking love
everywhere.
that guy.
Yeah, same here. He's like he did Palm Coast Madcaps, and he was headlining it, and then he just came down to the Nog for my festival,
Yeah,
and he goes, "Seth, I'm exhausted, but give me that 5 minutes to open to try out for next year." I'm like, "You got it, dude." Like,
that dude,
man,
that's commitment.
dedication. Yeah, commitment for sure. I love that. I love like people that are dedicated to the craft. It's like
Oh
he
yeah,
stands up big time, and he's like one of the fastest rising headliners I've ever seen in my life. It's
oh
pretty
yeah. He's
awesome.
been doing it like less than 2 years, and I'm like, God, you're so funny. You make me feel really bad about myself in like a good way.
Indeed,
I'm like, I'm
and
proud of
he's
you, but I'm going to drink Fireball constantly now.
for sure awesome. And we were talking about juggalos earlier, and so you're a comic that was bringing the trailer park to your front door, and so that's pretty awesome. It's like, what was it like? Like is it like 8 Mile or what was it like?
No, it's like trailer parks in Florida are fucking built different, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people think of like poor white people and then they immediately picture Florida and they're like, oh, they have alligators and fucking guns and meth. And I'm like, the meth is right. But Midwestern poor people are so friendly.
Indeed, for sure. I love the Midwest. I've done stand up in Chicago, and it was like one of the best cities to do stand up in. It's
Oh, yeah.
just heaven on earth. I'm like, and you don't have to pay for mic time either. It's like a really awesome big city. It's great.
Oh, yeah. I've never liked paying a cover for an open mic. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, if I'm gonna,
yeah,
I don't want to pay $5 to go eat a bag of dicks in front of strangers. Like,
yeah,
when I can veritably do that for free anywhere else.
yeah. Indeed, that's why I love Florida stand up. It's like Atlanta's the same way. Like not
Mm.
paying to eat dicks on stage is heaven.
Oh, yeah.
But always, if you're getting water, tip the bartender. If you're getting
Mm.
drinks, tip the bartender. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Like, support the mic. That way it can keep
absolutely,
going.
100%. Help keep the lights on for
Hmm.
sure. Awesome. So, you mentioned that you were in the Air Force, and are you still in the Air Force?
Oh, no. No, that shit sucked. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
oh, I
Yeah,
was gonna thank you.
if anyone right now is thinking about joining, just go to college. Just fucking skip it, dude.
Indeed.
I went in with hair and I came out looking like the world's most racist baby. Like, enjoy your life.
Well, how long did you serve in the Air Force?
6 years.
Wow, that's a long time. Were,
Yeah.
were you were you ever stationed in Colorado?
No, I was stationed in Spangdahlem, Germany, and then I got stationed in Charleston, South Carolina.
Wow. Good. I mean, I know that you didn't like it, but I was like, thank you for fighting for our freedom and all that good
Oh,
stuff.
dude, I just checked IDs. I didn't do a goddamn thing. Oh, dude, that's the secret. It's like 90% of the military, you're like serving pancakes.
Wow, that's good to know. Oh man. But yeah, the reason why I ask is like Colorado has the big old Air Force base and like the football field next door, and I used to live
Mm.
out there. I was born and raised, but it was pretty cool driving by it and seeing all the mountains and stuff. So it was cool.
Oh yeah. No, that base out there is beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, Colorado's beautiful, so it's a good spot.
indeed, man. I'm glad I was born and raised there and not anywhere else. But I go back to visit once a year though, so
That's good.
it's awesome.
Get that taste of home.
Oh yeah, but that altitude will mess you up big time though. It's just like, oh,
Oh
I was
yeah.
coughing up a storm like on the way up to Denver from Pueblo. It's like 7,000, like up the
Mm.
elevation. Oh, it's brutal.
Now is the pressure lower up there too, like the air pressure,
I
because you're
think,
higher up?
yeah, the thin air and everything.
Do you think
It's
it'd make my head smaller?
possibly.
Gosh, there's hope.
Yeah,
Like science hasn't been able to help, but maybe nature can.
indeed. Absolutely. And so you were talking about fireballs earlier. So you talk about alcoholism as well. So
Yeah, that's most of the military, dude.
oh
Oh yeah. Like I mean, it's not commonly talked about, but I would say 75% of our enlisted force has a severe alcohol problem
wow.
because it's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well, if
that and
it's
if you think about it, you enlist when you're 17, you graduate your AIT by the time you're 18, and then you get stationed in Europe where the drinking age is fucking who cares.
wow.
You just kind of go off the rails a little bit because you don't really know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting mogged by like 16-year-old German girls who are like, "You a bitch and can't handle your liquor," and I'm like, "God damn it! This is
Wow.
why you guys built tanks. You're so angry."
They're so angry. It's like there comes Tank Girl, and then they just film the movie.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully, no more movies out of Germany. The last couple didn't end well for us.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, you have an unhealthy love of ducks. So what kind of ducks do you love?
Dude, I just fucking love ducks. Like, have you ever had a duck?
I had Peking duck before, but
Yeah.
that's not.
Are they
Oh,
fucking? Oh, you've eaten it. Okay. Have you had like the duck duck?
oh yeah, ducks are cute.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking adorable. They make little quacky sounds. They're waterproof, so you don't have to worry about drowning them. And I got a bit. Apparently, you can teach them to do bong hits.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, in a sad way, yeah. But yeah, shout out to PETA.
Shout out to PETA. My friend had a shirt that says "People eating tasty animals" on the shirt. I'm like, well, Peking duck is a. When I
They're
ate
they're
duck, it
pretty
was
tasty.
they are
Yeah,
pretty
they're
tasty.
pretty fucking good. I just wish they weren't so goddamn adorable.
Mhm. Howard the Duck Tails, all of them. They're cute
Oh yeah, and delicious.
and delicious. Absolutely. Just don't feed them bread. That's all.
No, no, give some angel wing.
Mm, absolutely. And I feel like a duck sometimes. They look calm and cool on the surface, but I'm like going bonkers on the inside.
They're just
Like,
full of rage.
yeah,
Just direct. Like, why are geese so fucking angry?
I have no idea.
Their lives are
They,
so easy. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to worry about shit. You just honk and eat and float around. Why are you full of hate?
we need to ask Rue Nafasat that because she
Uh,
produces silly geese.
it's a good point. I'm gonna word her a strongly worded email right now.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck is up with geese?
Yeah. Oh man, she was on my festival this year. She was just so awesome, and
Yeah.
I was doing stand up in front of her, and
Mm.
I start off nice and easy to like welcome people in, and then just get really dirty and scares people,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be clean. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's gonna
Oh
be
god.
awesome.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. I think I just met Rue out at the roast battle. I don't remember who
Oh,
she battled, but I think she won.
I bet she's an
Yeah.
excellent writer. She's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those roast battles are a fucking blast, dude.
I saw pictures. I was like, golly, they grown so much. Like the mini roast is just
Oh yeah.
incredible.
Like the shows themselves are getting packed out, and all the comics in the area that have been doing it for a while are getting so good at being so mean to each other.
Yeah. I don't know how I can never be mean to a comic. I'm just like toasting them instead of roasting them.
Yeah, doing a honey roast.
Yep.
That was my worry about. Like, I roasted Joe Murray Jr., the big ginger fella. I don't know if you've met him. Nice
Hmm.
fucking guy. And he's like, I'm gonna do a honey roast. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, well, Joe is a very good friend of mine, and I love him very much. And I'm
Oh,
like, don't fucking do that because I don't know how to respond to that level of human kindness.
yeah.
You're gonna fuck me up, dude. Don't be mean. Make fun of my head. It's gross. Like, look at it. You're so with.
Awesome. Hopefully, I think I might have met him at the open mic when I went to Laugh Out Lounge,
Yeah.
but I that's the only time I've ever performed there. So,
Yeah,
um,
come back out, dude. It's a lot of fun.
indeed, it's quite a hike though. I'm like, I
Yeah.
rarely go out that way
Yeah,
because
you're out near till like where Daytona? No, you said you're 10 minutes from Madcaps, Palm Coast.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's a fucking drive for an open mic.
I don't know how Rob does it, but I guess he just Rob Ford, and he's like he goes there once a month. He's
I'm
just
assuming crack. Like
possibly, but he's so
it's gotta be it. Like he's the nicest crackhead I've met if he's doing it, and he's not sharing, which isn't cool, but maybe one day.
one day. But he's so dedicated. I'm like, he's out here doing mics everywhere, like Jacksonville,
Hmm.
Daytona, Orlando, Tampa. Like he just goes everywhere and does
Oh
shows
yeah,
everywhere.
and the shows he's like producing himself are getting so fucking good. Like that weenie roast from what it was to what it is now is it's like our end of the month every Thursday. I mean, last Thursday of the month. That's our regular fucking show there because it's been doing so well. And that
Wow.
last Juggernauts we had Marcus Crespo headline it, and he fucking killed it. Like that was a great room. Like they're really building up. I'm fucking proud of that guy because he's so nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's just blossoming. And I'm like, I love to see it.
Into a
Love to
beautiful
see
young woman. I'm I'm so proud of him.
it. Good stuff. I'm trying to get him on the show too, but he's so shy. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it happens. I understand. But yeah, you make you laugh with life experiences that you should never replicate. So,
Oh
what are
yeah.
some of those life experiences that?
Probably teaching a duck to do bong hits. I don't know if that's okay, but he seemed like he was having a good time, and who am I to judge?
Indeed. Man, I know some people that used to like blow smoke in their dog's ears, and I'm like, that's just so mean.
Oh yeah,
And
no, I made a can of butter once, which is where you like bake the weed into the butter because you're stupid and you just want to destroy your brain. And I spread a bunch of it over a piece of toast, and this was like $120 worth of marijuana. And my dog took it out of my hands, and she forgot how to be a dog for about 4 hours. Like she was just laying there, and if you weren't touching her, she was so sad.
oh,
I'm like, I'm gonna have to pet you all night. That's fine. This is my fault.
yeah. Oh my goodness. I went to Cambodia once, and my aunt put marijuana in my soup, and I just
Why?
because they were growing everywhere. She goes, "It tastes great in the soup." I'm like, "Okay," and then I
Like,
just kept on
Sarah's a little tense. We need to help him relax. Let me just fucking dose his soup.
it was relaxing.
Yeah, I
It
imagine you
was
felt great.
it was fantastic. Not gonna lie, oh man. And I haven't smoked weed since like 2006, and so I went back home to Colorado like in September,
Mm.
and Method Man from the Wu Tang Clan has his own brand, and
Ooh.
I yep, and those three words, man, brand, clan, not
Yeah,
bad, yeah.
yeah.
And so I just took one hit, and I'm like, holy crap! Like all my aches and pains went away, and like
Like, why did I stop? This feels great.
yeah. And like I did a mic afterwards, and I'm like everything's felt slow. I thought I was killing, and then I watched the video back, and I
Oh
was
yeah, dude, that's the
bombing up
worst.
there.
You're like just eating shit, and you're like, this is the best night of my life. I,
Yeah.
Sunshine, the one Kenny runs. The only time I've been out there, I hadn't planned on going out that night, so I was like, I'm gonna get really high and then take a 400 milligram edible, and then I'm gonna take a nap. So I got really high, took a 400 milligram edible, and then a comic showed up at my house, and I get in the fucking car. We're going to an open mic, And I was so weird that entire evening. I hugged everybody unsolicited, and I'm like, that's good. Good first impression.
Did you tell him that you were pretty baked?
No, I bombed, hugged everyone, and then just like sat like in a corner, happy as a clam for like 3 hours.
That's awesome.
Didn't
Oh
feel
man.
awesome.
Takes me back to the time I smoked Mr. Nice. My friends, they don't build up like a tolerance level for me. They just they go, here's some good stuff, smoke it, and then I'm like, fine. And I took a
Mm.
big old bong rip of this thing. And they go, while I was inhaling it, they're like, yeah, this won third place in the cannabis cup. And then I got stuck with to the leather, like a lady. I was gonna say lady boy, a lazy boy for like 3 hours.
Ah, we're in Cambodia, man. I'm not gonna judge.
I would judge. Oh goodness gracious. Uh, that's a great joke. Just to ladyboys and ladyboys.
Uh,
I'll probably work that out on Wednesday. I don't know,
oh yeah.
but uh, but yeah, your socials are all Joe Lemons, and I put all your Instagram and your TikTok on the description box below and on the uh, everywhere else, so that people can follow you and all that stuff. And
Oh,
I
thanks, man.
have I have Instagram and TikTok, but I rarely use them. I'm like, here's my
Dude,
shows, and
same.
it's
Like
horrible.
I post shit on there and then just kind of forget about it because I'm like, I'm too dumb to operate this efficiently.
Yeah,
Like I don't fucking understand TikTok. And
me neither.
I'm like, I'm 30. I shouldn't be this stupid.
For sure. Like I just created one so I can follow all my friends so their numbers will go up, but I have
Yeah.
zero posts. I'm like, I am not gonna waste my time with this. I don't want to
Mm,
be famous off anything. I don't want to be the next Matt Rife. He can just
yeah.
have that all to himself.
No, I want to be Matt Rife. He's hot as fuck. Not even the comedy aspect. I'm like, I want abs.
For sure. Same
Looks like he's
here.
having fun. His teeth are nice.
Yeah. Well, like they're not real.
Oh yeah, they're veneers. But dude,
Yeah.
if I could buy hair, I'd buy hair in a fucking heartbeat.
For sure. He's pretty interesting guy. Must be nice, but I'm like, that's just too much pressure. Like I do not want that
Oh
pressure
yeah.
on me at all. No, thank you.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah, and like, geez, and I rarely do crowd work either. So I'm like, I'm just gonna just tell my story and get off stage. Like I am not gonna interact with anybody. Yeah,
I respect it. You're
yeah.
like, I'm not talking to any of you fuckers.
No, just laugh at my jokes, please.
Here's all my trauma. Goodbye.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Oh man, good stuff. So we're raising funds to stop soldiersuicide.org and YouTube and stuff. Doesn't like when I say the S word. So I
Yeah.
guess it's I guess unalive. And so what made you pick the organization to raise funds for?
There's a lot of like military suicide that's not talked about because a lot of people assume people get out and they were at war and that's when it happens. But like a majority of military suicide is guys that have never deployed.
Wow.
But you think about it, you're put in a very regimented, structured lifestyle from a very young age. And then you maybe get out at 30 because you hurt your back. And then you're just kind of put out in the world. And you're like, oh, I don't know how to adapt to this. Like, I was extremely fortunate that I had a wife and kids. But a lot of dudes get out and they're single. And they're just trying to figure out everything all on their own. So, I mean, anything that could get these guys the help they need would be great.
Most definitely. Yeah, I mean, you're like the second comic that's raising funds for soldiers, and it's a beautiful thing. Like Ann Walker out in Coca, was raising funds for the Black veterans, and it's just like when they come home, it's like there's like nothing to like give back to them. It's just like, man,
Yeah.
it's they fought for us. We need to take care of them.
Yeah, maybe it's a mindset thing because there are a lot of programs that are available for veterans, but a big part of it is, like, depending on what your job is, you might have done something really important in the military, and then you get out, and then you're working at a Costco. And I mean, if you're a person that like has a sense of pride, that can really fuck with you. Thankfully, I'm stupid, so it didn't bother me at all. But a lot of guys, they have like self-respect, and you're like, I was doing presidential security, and now I'm stocking shelves. Like, it's not a great feeling.
And like my one of the comics here in Daytona, Mike, he served in the military too, and he was like, "Yeah, like the VA is just giving me the runaround all the time," and I'm like, "Man, that's brutal."
Oh yeah, VA hospitals are where you go when you want to die. Like, what's the difference between a VA nurse and a bullet?
I
A
don't know.
bullet can only kill one person.
Oh, Jesus, man,
Shout out to the United States Air Force.
indeed. But man, but we'll bring it back to comedy, and I'll remind the audience at home to raise funds for
Yeah, you made
your
it sad, Sareth. What the fuck?
I know, but it was on your,
Yeah,
so
don't listen to me. This is not a person you should take advice from.
me neither. I'm a horrible person. Oh man, Joe. For the next portion, it's my usual questions that I ask all the comics, and it's like there's like I think 600-700 interviews on the YouTube channel with these questions with comics. And with that
Hmm.
being said, what inspired you to perform stand up comedy?
I don't know, man. I feel like it's like the common thing where people always tell you you're kind of funny, and you're like, I guess I'll give it a whirl. And I went up on stage at the Orlando Improv like one time, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot of fun. And I'm like, I'm a lazy piece of shit. And I'm like, if I could figure out how to turn this into a career, that would be super cool. And it's just kind of blossomed from there.
Man, the Orlando Improv is a beautiful stage, the main stage and the outside stage.
Oh
It's
yeah.
they're just staff is wonderful, the manager is wonderful, everything's wonderful there. No
Mm,
complaints. I've only done it. I produced a show there once, and then I was a feature, but
nice.
I was supposed to do 30 minutes, but like I was on the radio for to promote it, and I booked one comic from each of the talk shows, on 104.1,
Mm,
and they were constantly promoting it, and so we were only expecting like 70 people, so that's what the headliner was promised that we'd have. And
mm.
then I went up there, and then the comics promoted it, and like 210 more people showed up.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and we were like, holy crap. And I'm like, why aren't we starting? This is like 8 o'clock. It's like, have you seen the line out there, dude? It's like we're not starting till 8:30, and we're
Yeah,
cutting your time by 20 minutes. I'm like,
like
okay, sounds good.
motherfucker. Like, hey, it's packed house.
Yeah, you can't complain. And so they
Yeah.
ended up giving me 10 minutes, and I fought. The headliner didn't want to pay me my proper rate,
Did
and
you
because
fight him?
I wish I did, but
You should have.
I'm not a violent person, so I had the manager and the Godfather of comedy in Orlando like take
Oh,
care of
so
it.
so Ken
Y-
fought him.
Yeah, Ken fought him for me. So
Ken's
you
out
don't
there
want to mess
throwing
with that.
hands.
Yeah, and then that headliner got 86 from the club for a while. I'm not sure if able to come back, but he's
Good
a
fuck him.
piece of POS. Yeah, I mean you don't do that to like comics on our level. That's some bull cheese.
No. I'm like, dude, we make like $10 a year. Like,
Yeah.
let me have gas money, please.
Yep. So he was only trying to give me $50, and then Ken was like, "You're supposed to get 100 for putting it together, featuring,
Mm,
and all that stuff." So I got my $100 out of that dude. So I'm like,
good.
"Oh yeah, good stuff." He fought for my right to party some more, so that's good stuff. And Krista too. Shout out to her for tag teaming on that headliner. I was like, beat him up. That's why like
Good.
they have a special. And then I did like Florida's funniest comic, and they're having their contest now.
Oh,
And
nice.
Renee Hart, I think is her name.
Mm,
She owns like this couple, like manages a couple of the improv or something. And like I do my 3 minutes on stage, paid the $25 and whatever, got selected. And I forgot to do my glory hole joke the first time around, and I said it on stage the second time around, and she goes, "You scarred me for life on
but
that show." Like,
the
there's no
highest
curse words.
compliment.
Yeah. Oh well, I was like, I'm glad I got to let that out of my system. I
Good.
wanted to do that so bad.
I
So
needed you to hear this.
yeah, that's why I love being a dirty comic. It's just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Yep, awesome. And so, second question is, what was it feeling like when you first performed stand up?
What do you mean?
Like, what was it for? What was the feeling like when you first performed stand up?
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have already said this, but like it's kind of like a drug when you get that like first big laugh and then you get up after and you bomb the first time in front of like a group of your friends that you invited out and you're like, "Oh no, this is awful. I want to feel like how I did the first time." And then you just kind of keep chasing that for a couple years.
Yep. How many years have you been in the game?
A year and a half.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we've been
That's
very
pretty good.
fortunate to have a club like
Yeah,
located nearby.
indeed. I hope there's more like um Marcus Crespo. When I saw him at Madcaps, he was like, "Yeah, they're starting to do it like this way, like kill rooms they call them, like the way that Madcaps is set up, the way Sunshine is set up.
Hmm.
It's like I love that. It's like small, intimate
Oh yeah.
feeling. It's just
Even a
best.
small crowd feels like 800 people.
Yeah, big time. I love it. Good stuff. That's the way the Nog is set up too. It's like, oh, it's
Hmm.
heaven. Even if there's four people, I usually close out the mic, and people that stay is just awesome.
Yeah.
I,
They're
I
always
love,
the best. It's like the people that are like, oh, I really enjoy this show, and then the other people that are too drunk to leave, and they're like, guess we're fucking watching it.
yeah,
Those are my
absolutely.
people.
Those are my people too, 100%. And yeah, and yeah, I let the young guns get the full packed house. You know, I've
Good on
been
you.
there, done that. Yeah, like feel this energy. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you need this hit, so you keep chasing it.
Yep, big time for sure. And let's see here. If what are your favorite comedy specials and comedy record albums?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't listen to a lot of comedy anymore now that I'm doing it because I feel like I'm gonna inadvertently rip premises. Like
Mm,
that's always like a huge fear of mine is I'm gonna hear something really funny and then I'm gonna play off of that and not even realize I'm doing it. So I don't know. I'm kind of in a chamber about that. Then I actually work at Laugh Out Lounge, so I'm seeing a lot of live comedy. So I don't want to then go home and be like, "Well, I wonder what comedy specials on."
indeed, I feel you on that one. Before I did stand up, I did watch a lot of them, but
Oh yeah,
now not so much. Yeah.
no, you feel like you're pulling it apart. You're like, "Oh, that's his punchline." I'm like, well, "He should have," and you're like, "Why am I? What the fuck is happening?"
Hmm. For sure, 100%. If it's unique, then I'll watch it. Like if someone
Mm.
says, "Gotta watch Neil Brennan's Three Mics," you gotta
Oh
watch
yeah.
Neil Brennan's, his latest one, Blocks. Like
Mm.
those are unique. Like yeah, I'll watch
That,
those.
that's why I love watching the like legitimately crazy people come up to open mics. Those are my favorite fucking dudes because I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like, I know this is gonna be a totally unique experience. Like he's not crazy. I don't want to say that, but he is a strange fella. But I love him out at Laugh Out Lounge. Shout out to AWP. This man does like death metal jokes where he brings up cue cards, and one of his jokes is like, well, metalheads are, we're very friendly people. Their song names lie. I come blood. I don't come blood. And then he pulls out of his pocket a fucking tin whistle and hits it like Willy Wonka. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm all in.
Yeah. You need those Gallagher's in your life.
Yeah, that dude's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Wow, this is good stuff. And I love LOL, like Mike, and shout out to Malachi too. It's like the whole
Mm.
staff, fantastic people. You as well, you're awesome. And let's see here. If you can go on tour with any comic, locally and internationally known, which comedians would you like to go on tour with?
I feel, well, no, right. Ron White stopped drinking. Probably Shane Gillis because I feel like we'd give each other brain damage.
Yeah,
That'd be a hoot.
I can see you two touring for sure.
Yeah,
And
maybe
local,
Kiss. I don't know. Local,
yeah.
honestly, I haven't met a lot of local comics, like traveling headliners. Ali Flores, when I hosted for him, was really nice. Yeah, like he was actually really funny and like really friendly, and I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah, I love that dude.
Mm.
He's awesome, and I always love, And let's see here. If what are some of your favorite sketch shows, sitcoms, and comedy films?
I liked the Chappelle show. Like that was good, but you couldn't do that now. And to be honest, when's the last comedy movie that came out? like good one.
True.
Dude, it's been a hot fucking minute. I'm like, I don't think they make those anymore.
Yeah. I'm like a '90s comedy like lover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back when movies like the Mel Brooks era, like my wife has never seen Blazing Saddles, and I'm like, we
Well,
need to watch that, but we also have to close the windows.
yeah. Indeed.
Yeah,
I
like,
just watched it and I was like, man, this is wild. Totally worth a watch though, because man, they
mhm.
got away with a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
Good stuff. And let's see here. Yeah, Chappelle's show is like, man, I still quote those like quote them to this day, like diversify your bonds.
he made "I'm Rick James, bitch" the funniest goddamn thing for like 4 years.
For years, absolutely.
I'm like,
Yeah,
that's a
he's
special kind of power.
that is that is. He's coming to the Amway. Are you gonna go see him?
I don't know. I have children, so I don't get to have fun anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah, I'm like, oh man, I'm debating, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, it'll be a good show.
Yeah.
I know Jesselnick's going to be in, I think he's going to be at the Hard Rock coming up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that should be good too.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can interview him. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
rad.
fuck it. Hunt him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Find out where he sleeps. Break into his house. This is satire.
Absolutely. And I
I
hear
say,
like,
I say way too much shit on the internet, God damn it.
yeah. I would never break into someone's houses. We won't even, but like I heard he's like, he's a dark comic, but I heard he's really nice off stage, so
Yeah,
maybe one
that's
day.
good.
Yeah, indeed. And let's see here, Joe. If you can get roasted by five comedians, top five that are alive, we were just talking about weenie roasts. Uh, which five comics would you like to get roasted by?
None. I'm very sensitive. Like my feelings are very easily hurt.
Oh,
No, they're not. I don't know, man. I mean, Malachi, Malachi, the last roast we did, he messaged me 2 weeks before we did it, and he's like, if you wear a hat, you're a bitch. And I'm like, well, now I can't. But what the fuck is he gonna say about my head? And it was phenomenal. I've never gotten my ass kicked that hard and been so happy. Like, he gave me permission to use one of his roasts. I look like someone stapled a baby's face onto a cannonball. And I'm like, I'm not mad. That's accurate. God damn it.
oh, Malachi, I love that dude. He's so awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He is. Oh man, I always love man. He's good fella, good fella. And let's see here. Where do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
Oh, bro, I don't fucking know. I didn't think I'd make it this far.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just kind of playing it by ear.
impressive. Almost two
Yeah.
years.
No, it's like, as long as you're having fun and you're being nice to people, like, if I'm doing open mics for the next 20 years, who gives a fuck? Like, you're just out there yelling dick jokes into the void with your friends, and isn't that the whole reason we do it?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I'm like 8 years in myself, and I'm like consistently, and 10 years overall. But I'm
Yeah.
I just want to do like I'm an hour like now that for the longest Mad Caps wasn't here, and so I
Mm.
drive like an hour just to do 5 minutes.
Oof. Good on you.
Yeah, it's brutal, dude. But still to this day, I'll still do drive an hour one way just to do 5 minutes because I love Mike so much.
Yeah. That makes bombing way harder, though.
Yeah,
When you drive like 2 hours and then you just eat shit and then you're just driving home, you're like, that was a good use of my time.
yeah.
I just spent a 5 hour period to go embarrass myself in front of strangers.
And if the
Comedy.
yeah, comedy for sure, man. And then that's like I wish I lived in like somewhat of a comedy hub, so that
Mm.
way it doesn't hurt as bad on the way home. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it'd be nice. But I'll go to Austin eventually and try it out. Maybe but I don't know. We'll see. I want to go on tour in February and do the Bible Belt and see what happens.
Oh, nice. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll see.
My man's like, I'm gonna go tell dick jokes in the Bible Belt, and I'm like, well, if I don't see you again, it was a pleasure.
I'll pick the progressive cities in those areas. Like,
Good. There's like at least two in those
yeah,
10 states.
pretty much. Yep. Surprisingly, Mobile, Alabama was so progressive. It blew my mind.
That's super weird. When you
Yeah,
have like rednecks yelling like supportive shit, they're like, yeah, fucking, we love gay people, and I'm like, that with that accent, I don't believe you.
right. Like it was, but there was a drag queen that was in the audience, and she
Mm.
goes, "Strath, your dirty jokes on stage tonight. You'd be a great drag host." I'm like, "Ah, that's great, thank you. I'll turn to Violet Ney and do some drag bingo."
You found your niche.
Yeah, in time, but I need to
One
bring
day.
Violet Ney back.
Oh yeah.
I just can't picture myself playing like the final game that Anna puts us through. Like I've
Mm.
seen people like file for cucumbers in the swimming pool once, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not gonna do it. Or like,
Oh, I didn't know about that part.
and like she made like these cardboard cutouts and like a glory hole, and like
Mm.
fed like snacks through them, and whoever has more snacks won the game. I'm like,
Were
it
they
gets
good
wild.
snacks?
I like Twinkies and like ding dongs and
Oh, dude,
hostess stuff.
I would fuck up a bunch of Twinkies coming through a hole in the wall. I have no self-respect.
I'm 40 years old, so like my knees were bad. I'm like, nope, just give me a chair and just
Like, I'll sit down and do it. You just keep fucking shoving the Twinkies in. I don't care if I win. I'm just enjoying the show.
Oh man, we had a bikini competition too, and I went to the flea market in
Mm.
Daytona and had him like airbrush a bikini on a white shirt. I'm like, I'm not showing you my womanly figure with my perfect man chi-chis.
You're like, I can't overshadow the competition that much. I have to let them have a fighting chance.
Absolutely, from lady boys to lazy boys. You know what I mean? that should be
Ah.
that'd be my memoir of a geisha right there.
Nah, if you ever end up on Netflix, that's a fucking first title of your hour.
That'd be awesome. I do have a ladyboy joke too, so I'm like, and a lot of wheat stories. Yeah,
Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah, awesome. I went to Bangkok in 2006. Wildest time ever. Yeah, holy
I
cannoli.
imagine.
Don't go by yourself. Weird things happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't need to tell the world.
Oh, it's just too late. I just,
It's between you and God.
yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh man, I got to. I'll send you the link to the time I went to a Bangkok massage parlor,
Just
and
safe for work.
it failed miserably.
Oh God,
But it'll make you laugh though. I think it was a
good.
legendary night. It was awesome. Let's see here. If which other forms of comedy would you like to venture off into, like improv, sketch, comedy writing, acting, directing, etc.?
No, I like stand up, man.
Stand
Like,
up.
I don't know. I've heard so many bad things from dudes that get into comedy writing, and then their soul just leaves their fucking body. Like they're
Yeah,
just not in front of crowds anymore, and they're writing jokes for other people, and that honestly sounds awful.
I feel you on that one. That's why I don't watch the late shows. Like it used to be a big deal being on like Jay Leno and Johnny Carson and stuff, and then you see your jokes get delivered by the host and you don't get
Yeah,
proper credit. I'm like, oh, that's so brutal.
you're just watching other people take your shit real time.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's got to be a special level of suffering.
yeah. But good on those comedy writers. That's for sure in the
Yeah,
writing
shout
room.
out. As I said, we're donating to that prevention service. Also, hit them up if you're a comedy writer and you're suffering.
Indeed, most stuff for sure. And let's see here. What's your favorite joke a comic has written?
Malachi's got, it's not a good joke. Malachi's got this dumb fucking horse joke that I love so much. And I know I'm gonna butcher it, and I apologize, but it's like, so I'm a UPS driver, and I'm driving behind this horse trailer, and I read a sign that says "Caution, horses," and I'm like, how the fuck are the horses supposed to read that? That's the joke. And I'm like, "Ah." For some reason, watching that in front of like 50 fucking people, it makes me almost piss myself every time. Because most of his shit is so dark. And then out of nowhere, here's like his dad joke. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I love Malachi. He's one of the best out of Polk County for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, good dude.
Oh,
And
100%.
absolutely. And like I complimented him on his misfits on the back of his leather jacket, and I told him, yeah, I got to one year I lived in Los Angeles, and I went to a Sam Hain, Danzig, and Misfits show. It's called the Danzig Legacy Show, and it
Nice.
was Halloween night, and I got to go backstage with the guy that played Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw remake, and we became buds one time. It was really bizarre.
Making friends.
Yep. And so I dressed up as my superhero alter ego, Wu Manchu, and he was like all Wu Tanged out at this, at this, Sam Hain show, Danzig
Mm,
show. And he goes, Sreth, I know you look your head hip hop head to toe, but if anybody messes with you, I got your back. I'm just gonna
that's a good
jack these.
friend.
Yeah. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, if suspend some people from hooks for me, bud. And
Yeah. Dude, if a dude comes out with a chainsaw, I'm running. I'm not very quick, but I'll try.
for sure, same here. And then he forced me to smoke weed with him backstage. So that's
Well,
another weed
you can't
story.
say no. He's been murdering people for a long time.
Yes. Oh man. And like some of the dudes from like Puddle of Mud were back there, and
Oh,
Typo
I'm sorry.
Negative and Jackass were there. It was a pretty fun
Yeah.
time for a
What's
Halloween
weird
night.
is Peter Steele and Danzig are like jacked.
Yeah.
They're like in really good shape. And I heard a story, I don't know if it's true, but like a bunch of kids got backstage at a Danzig concert and they thought they were going to be like fucking partying and doing drugs. And he just started handing out fruit and telling about the benefits of exercise. I'm like, you have any idea how fucking mad I'd be if I was 14 and I got backstage at a Misfits concert and he was like, here's an apple, you should do push ups. Like, what the fuck, Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn.
Thought we were
But
doing crank.
good stuff. Oh man. What experience will your audience take with them after a set is over?
Uh, that they should hug their kids more, probably. Like if you don't want them up here in like 15 years, you should spend time with your children.
Absolutely.
Send them to college. Make sure they do their homework.
Get a tutor while you're
Don't have a kid next to a fucking nuclear power plant, or their head will be an 8 3/4.
and make sure the water's clean in the area too.
Oh
Make
yeah,
sure there's no lead in
they're
there.
gonna come out all fucked up.
Yeah, big time. Oh goodness gracious! So you were nominated to be my guest recently. That's why I got to connect with you, and we connected, a while back too at the LOL.
Mm.
So with that being said, this is a stand-up speakeasy, and this is a secret society of stand-up comics. And which comics would you like to see as a future guest on a future episode?
Um, Probably either like Malachi Morgan, Joe Murray Jr., or LJ Brock.
Awesome.
Like they're all a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just talked to LJ too. Like we chatted back and forth earlier today. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I like him
Yep.
because he's unhinged.
Absolutely. You got to keep those folks around.
Oh, yeah, that's why we get along.
Yeah, big time. Like our manager at the Nog, we call him manager, but he travels with us, even
Mm.
though he's not a comic. He's just an extra cheek in the seats, and he's so awesome. He has like a mullet, and like
I
he's the
already
same
like him.
way. He's fantastic. He's watched the UFC fights together,
Yeah,
and yeah, he's a good dude. But yeah, when people are heckling us, he
yeah.
he just like just gets at him, like just mauls him with his words, and
I respect it.
yeah, what a
It's
dude. I've
always,
never.
it's always weird when you meet someone with a mullet that has like a real job.
Yeah,
Like Bart Kumar.
I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a local comic around here. He has a mullet and he's a fucking lawyer.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, man. If my attorney shows up with a mullet, I'm gonna ask for a different attorney.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how fucking good you are, dude. Like, I, looking like this, cannot walk into a courtroom and then you come out with a fucking mullet on. We're gonna look like we're trying to start a rally.
Yep, indeed. Oh, that's great. Joe, thank you so much for being my guest today, bud.
Yeah,
And
man.
I can't wait to see you again, wherever that may be, because our paths will most likely cross, and because we're comics. And
Yeah.
thank you so much again, and donate below, whatever you can to help out, and follow Joe everywhere on all his socials. And are there any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Awesome, you heard the man. Good stuff. Awesome. And for everyone else, you'll watch this later on my YouTube channel and all that good stuff. And I'm so glad I got to talk to Joe, and it's been a long time.
Yeah,
And
man. It's been a
I'll be
real
coming
pleasure.
right back at you, bud. And I'll piece this together and I'll send it your way as soon as it goes live. So